Hi everyone and welcome to Jack and Cat Adventures. Today we're going to be making a sweet potato casserole. This is delicious for Thanksgiving. It could be served as a side or a dessert. I prefer it as my dessert, but a lot of people like it with their turkey. So you decide how you like it. I like mine kind of at room temperature. It does go in the refrigerator for a while, but bring it out and kind of get it to room temperature if you're going to eat it as the dessert. If you're going to eat it as the side dish, I would cook it that morning so it's just warm enough to serve, okay? So in a bowl, you're going to need 2 cups of graham cracker crumbs, a half a cup of sugar, and 1 stick of melted butter. And we're going to mix that together. Now, don't be intimidated. There's a lot of steps, but they're easy and it's well worth it. So I'm just going to moisten my my graham cracker crumbs.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, I know. And just make sure they're all moistened really well.
Got a big ridge of butter and crumbs on the side there. There you go. Backseat stirrer over here.
Story of my life. Okay, now it's all mixed really well. We're going to put it into a 9x13 glass pan. Now, I have used a 9x13 regular tin pan, and it really doesn't work well. It kind of burns on the bottom. You get that burnt taste. So, if you can have a glass, use it. So we're going to put.
Need sprayed with Pam or anything?
No, because there's so much butter in the recipe.
Oh, okay.
And then you're just going to spread it out evenly.
I'm going to have to get you a new baking pan. That one's warped.
Alright, now I'm going to use my handy dandy stomper. And you just want to stomp it down pretty hard. You know, you want it to be stuck in there. So
make it firm.
You can use the back of a spoon if that's what you have. That's fine. I just like using this because it really does make it even. And it just makes it easier.
Or a shoe, you know. I know the one year we couldn't find her little stomper thing. She used a glass.
Yeah, use whatever you have. I'm all for using what you have in the kitchen and not going out and buying what you don't need. I just have a lot of stuff because my mom was a fantastic cook and baker, and she had all this stuff here for me. When she passed away, I inherited it because I'm the baker. This I got from Pampered Chef though, but some of the stuff you see that might look a little old and I say I had it for years, it's probably because my mom gave it to me. Alright, so now we're going to move on to our next step. Alright, now for our second layer, you're going to need 2 blocks of cream cheese softened, 1 cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. If you have fresh lemon, go ahead and use it. If not, just use this, no biggie.
Everyone knows the plastic lemon.
And a teaspoon of vanilla. Alright, now we're going to mix this till it's nice and creamy. Once you got this mixed up a little bit, we're going to add 2 beaten eggs. And we're just going to mix that till everything's mixed in. Alright, once this is nice and mixed, we're going to clean off the beater. And while you're doing this, make sure you're scraping down your sides and the bottom of your bowl while you're mixing. I know I tell you that every time, I just want to make sure you remember. Okay. Then we're going to pour this over our graham crackers. I'm just going to kind of drop it and then I'll spread it out because I want to make sure I don't lift those graham cracker crumbs. Now we're going to spread that smooth. And I'm going to use my offset spatula. Jack makes fun of me because I use it all the time.
I think things, you know, if it's not in her hand, it's up her sleeve.
Okay. And just cover the bottom. Make it even. And see, when you put it into little piles, then you're not dragging your crumbs into your mix, like I did right there. Not that it matters, it's going to be covered, but I like the layers.
OCD.
Yeah. For sure. Okay. And pull some of this into the middle just because it looks a little indented. Okay, now I'm going to wash up my bowl and we'll move on. Alright, now we're going to move on to our yam layer. You're going to take 2 large cans of yams. You're going to pour them into a mixing bowl gently.
With the syrup.
With the syrup. And then we're going to mix this really well. We're going to break it up, but go slow. It's wet, but it'll come together, don't worry. Just mix this till they're all mixed to get broken up and smooth.
Almost like a puree.
Yeah. You could do this in a blender, but I didn't feel like pulling out the blender. It's just another thing to wash. Once you get your potatoes mashed enough, you're going to add 1 cup of brown sugar gently to it so it doesn't splash. 1 stick of melted butter. And 2 eggs lightly beaten. Okay. Now we're just going to mix it till it's all combined. I'm going to get a towel just in case it goes all over with all that liquid in there. Secret for you, just cover your mixing bowl so that the towel doesn't go in it and it'll stop it from going all over your kitchen. We're going to mix this till it's well combined. Alright, once that's mixed well, we're going to pour it over our cream cheese mixture. I'm just going to spread this to the corners. Now, this is pretty full. Put it on a cooking tray, on a cookie sheet in the oven, so in case it goes over, it'll go onto the sheet. Now we're going to move on to our last and final step. Alright, so for our final step, you're going to take 1 stick of melted butter, a 1/2 cup of flour, 1 cup of brown sugar packed, and you mix that really well. Now, if you like nuts in yours, at this point you can add a 1/2 cup of chopped pecans. I don't put nuts in mine. I'm not a big fan of nuts like on the tops of cakes and things like that. So I'm not putting nuts in mine, but feel free to. And what would make it even better is if you roasted the pecans first. It'll give it like a really good depth of flavor instead of just putting the pecans on top. What you would do is set your oven to 400, put maybe a handful of pecans, a 1/2 handful of pecans on the tray, and you're going to bake them just till you start to smell them. And you will smell them. As soon as you start to smell them, pull them out, let them cool, chop them up, and then put them in. It's really easy. Just making sure I got all my flour mixed into this.
Watch your elbow.
And then we're just going to sprinkle this on top.
Like little bits.
Yeah. Alright, now if you think that your yams were too high before you put this on, take a little bit out so it doesn't go over. I took about maybe half a cup off the top of this because it's going to go over. It all depends how much liquid's in your yams and things like that. So don't worry. Make sure you just put it on a pan. If it goes over, it'll still be delicious, believe me. And just gently keep putting this on the top. You will use it all, don't worry. My cat's sitting over here. He thinks I got food for him or something, and the other one's screaming because they want treats.
You're going to have to wait until the camera stops rolling.
They're very spoiled. Don't worry, they get plenty of treats.
Not according to them.
Yeah.
They're starving. No food,
Since
no
they-
treats, no
Since they've
love.
gone up in age, they think that they deserve things throughout the day instead of at 7 o'clock when they usually get their treats.
They found their voices too.
Alright. Now, we're going to put this in a 325 degree oven for 40 minutes. Alright guys, here's our finished sweet potato casserole, or yam casserole, whichever you want to use. And I wanted to tell you, I cooked it for the first 40 minutes at 325, and then I think I did another like half hour at 325, and it still wasn't setting up enough, so I upped it to 350, and I just kept an eye on it. And you just want it very, very little jiggle in the middle. You don't want it wet. So kind of watch it from there if you up it to 350 to get it done a little bit quicker, because it will burn quickly. So please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And remember, you do you.